So what is a credit? Well, if you look at educational institutions, you'll realize that they really enjoy giving out credits. So we need to define this term and consider how it impacts our educational experience. Well, if you break the word into two parts and then expand each of those parts into a full word, you get a crest ditto. So what is a credit? A credit is a crest ditto. And the first thing we see here, it is a crest ditto, implying that there are many, and there are many credits. You can get the same type of credit from a number of different institutions, and no one really knows which one is the actual credit, because they're all replications. And they're charting you towards a crest. The idea that achieving a credit is the mark, the end of a great journey. You've reached a crest in math or science or English, whatever it is, and the implication is that it's a valuable crest. It's a repeat, it's a ditto of what has already been done and proven valuable. The problem is you can't actually repeat another human being's journey, and then since you can't repeat their journey, you can't actually reach the same crest. So a credit marks your attempt and failure at reaching another's crest. So how then is a credit created? Well, this is very simple. First, someone, particularly an originator, has to reach the crest. So a mathematician or an author has to do something amazing and reach this great height. Then someone comes along and tries to retrace their journey so that others can reach that crest. So what they're doing is they're recycling a originator's journey and crest. But what they don't understand is that the originator didn't just create the journey, but they also created the crest. No one even knew that crest was there until this originator came along and created the process. So the lesson is not, oh, do these things and reach this crest, as the educational institutions purvey. The lesson is create the journey and create the crest. That's what the originator is trying to purvey, but educational institutions miss that, and instead they try to mark the journey that was taken by this originator and the crest, and then lay it out in an easy, accessible pattern so that students can follow. So an originator creates the journey and the crest, while replicators recycle. So why earn a credit then? If you're just going to try and fail to reach the originator's crest, why even bother? Why try to ditto what they have done? Well, the first is simply to achieve previous achievements. And the argument can be made that achieving what someone else has already done does have value. The problem with that thinking is, what could you have done with that time? So the time you spend achieving what's already been achieved, you could have actually created your own achievements. And that's, of course, the cost. The next reason is to actually fail previous achievements. So someone's already mapped out the journey and established the crest, so it's clear it can be done. But if you go into that and fail, well, that's a vivid depiction of who you are. And remember, every human being is born as a failure. So if you can't achieve what's already been achieved, that is vivid proof of who you are. And a third reason is to disprove previous achievements. So these individuals, these originators who are held up as glorified beings of achievement, if you can bring them down, if you can disprove them, that seems appealing. But all you're doing is trying conceptually to bring an achiever down to your level, and if you bring them down to your level, that means you're bringing them down to your failure. So it doesn't change you, it just changes your perception of those who are upheld as achievers. So seeking a credit is really treating creation as the creator. If you look at all those reasons, you're looking at creation. You're looking at the achievers. You're looking at the originators. You're not trying to bring something new into the world. You're just trying to focus on what's here and deal with what's here. Fail based on what's here, disprove based on what's here, achieve based on what's here. Instead, though, you're supposed to be walking with the creator and then bringing freshness, uniqueness, creativity into the world. But when you're earning credits, you're not doing that. You're just following what's already here. So then, who wants a credit? The motives behind seeking an educational credit are very important. We need to consider these motives. First, if you're seeking a credit, you lack verification. All credits, educational credits, whisper that if you achieve these credits, you will be verified. You get a degree, right? If you get enough credits, you get a degree, and that will verify you in the eyes of the world. That's very appealing, but only to one who lacks verification. It's also very appealing to someone who lacks creativity. When you go into a credit, a crest ditto, the journey's already marked, the destination is located, the crest is already identified. It's very simple. Just follow the steps, read the books, spend the hours, and you'll get there, right? But you don't actually have to create anything to get there. Everything's already been laid out for you. So those who lack creativity are very interested in the idea of a credit. Additionally, and at the root of all this, one who lacks identity is very interested in a credit. Why? Because it will verify you and you won't have to actually create your identity to do it. And you say, well, create my identity. How can I do that? You can't do that. That's the whole point. Identity must be given to you, not by creation, not by a credit, not by a school, not by a job. You get identity from the creator. So what's really going on here is you lack verification. You lack creativity. You lack identity, specifically your soul. Why? Because you're not going to the creator to receive those things. Therefore, you're turning to creation. You're looking to educational institutions and teachers and jobs, or even the credit system itself, the degree, to give you verification, creativity, and identity. And that's the sin of it all. So, you can see here, since your soul hasn't received those things, your mind, heart, and body don't have them. So if your mind, heart, and body seek credit, they're lacking because of you.